friends, it is time we feast. Tomorrow marks the rite of return, where we send our beloved Soliskin back to the great body of the Exostrider. Into radiant light, they will transform to join its sacred form. Farewell it will be, yet a new beginning as well. For when the Exostrider wakes, we will reunite in its body. Now, let us put aside the sorrow of parting and embrace the joy of new life with good food and drink. But heed this, my friends. Too much drink you will not have. Should you make a fool of yourself in tomorrow's rite, help I will not give.
Face Foreseer Ingvar tomorrow. I've simulated 73 possible outcomes, but even so, I can't cover every scenario. If I could build a model that covers all possible outcomes, considering the target system, the chaotic conditions, and the necessary compensations.
You were quick on your feet earlier. You've already got this.
That's because I believed your approach was effective. I tried to follow along. Did I really do well? Understood. I'll make sure to do better next time.
With that in mind, you can relax a bit now, right?
I know. It wants us to give it a name.
Well, since it's really trying to buddy up to us, how about we call it Buddy?
Ah, it seems to like it.
Then it's settled.
Well, that's a relief.
Hello. Will you dance with us and the Soliskin? Grandfather Axel says the Soliskin are happiest when dancing with shepherds.
Oh, but I'm not good at dancing.
I'll join you. Let's dance with Buddy. What do you say?
Hooray!
Our real battle starts tomorrow. Tonight, let's relax a little, Mornier.
Yes, my mentor should take her own advice too.
Some uninvited guests have arrived.
Where did Mornier go? I'll send her a message. That is something she would say. Not that I know where the 13th planet of Norma is, but at least I can figure out where she is from the picture.
Mentor?
We can drop the act now, right? Or do you think we should continue?
Someone might be listening. We should keep it up to prevent us from being exposed. Do you want to sit for a while? Oh, you noticed. They've been running all day, so their power is low. I plan to wait until they finish charging before coming back. While they charge, I can't move. I feel a bit, embarrassed having you see me like this. It doesn't anymore. Before I had prosthetic legs, I had a condition that kept me in a wheelchair. Now, at least, I don't have to worry about being immobile anymore. I can finally chase after what I really want. I love stars. Beneath Lahairoy's frostlands, the stars here are actually just lights created by atmospheric arrays. Once, someone put it like this to me. It's because we see the stars that humanity imagines what lies beyond the sky. Maybe the stars are humanity's muse. I think so too. But I also believe that reaching the stars isn't enough. There will be a day we build a miracle that lasts longer and is more beautiful than the stars themselves. That's the dream I've carried all this time. And now, I'll use these two legs to take the first step. Exactly. This ceremony is how we retrieve the Exostrider's core energy component. Then we'll use the multiphasic energy conversion model through the superconducting network to inject rebel energy into the neural interface. It will follow a 3-stage activation protocol. The reverse phase oscillation model, then excavation, to finally create a phased array energy field. There's still some time left before my legs finish charging. Let's stargaze a little longer. Okay, little buddy. I'll wake her up now. Mentor, you're awake. Something isn't right. We seem to have a situation at the Arter Woods. I detect signs of a void storm in the woods. Waveform. Analyzing now.
So this is what's causing it.
What is it that brings you here? With the Void Storm's fury upon us, it is no time to enter Bjartur Woods. This is a disaster not seen in centuries. We have always believed the Solace Tree's light protects the woods from such storms. The rite of return cannot be done. Not in these times. I urge you...
Let's investigate this together. Waveform of this void storm matches the one that device generated before. This is no naturally occurring phenomenon.
When did you have the chance to analyze this?
When my prosthetic legs charge. Be careful! Command mode engaged. Modeling complete. Guiding ready. I found the device. It's close to the Solace Tree.
Solace Tree. I have a bad feeling about this.
Attack confirmed.
Swift and resolute. The show begins.
There are so many contaminated exoswarm here. The void matter concentration is also very high.
Maybe the device Astrid had was incomplete. This could be the real deal. Down with the curtain! One has been found. Shadow, nowhere to hide.
Assuming master control. Processing complete. Just like before. When it's disabled, the void storm stops. However, if this really was the work of Foreseer Ingvar, what would make him do something like this?
Do not worry. The path has already been laid. At last. Finally.
Mentor? Mentor! Are you alright? Did you see something again? It seemed worse than last time.
This void storm might not have just affected the woods here, but the workings of Soul Asylum itself. I think that's why I've been seeing visions of this member of the Six.
Greetings. The Shaper once made a prediction. If a visitor from beyond Lahai Roy protects Bjartar Woods from destruction, an invitation to Soul Asylum they will receive. Now, the one from the prediction appears. Soul Asylum awaits your arrival.
Choo. Choo. Choo.
They have their own missions to complete. The road to Soul Asylum is here. Please, follow this path.
Mentor, please, wait a moment. There's something I want to say to you.
What's the matter, Mornier?
I really wish I could accompany you to Soul Asylum, but I think it's best if we part ways here. Yes. When you touched the Solace Tree earlier, and even during your first vision, you looked like you were in intense pain. But I lack the ability to connect with them like you do, and the Space Trek Collective's knowledge doesn't align with the ways of the Roya. In this matter, I fear I won't be of much help. Instead of joining you, I think there are other ways I can contribute, such as researching the unknowns we still face. Yes, Ingvar should have been present at the Rite of Return. Were it not for that void storm, it's reasonable to suspect he's the one who planted the device. Additionally, the environment here is unusual. Investigating these anomalies should help our work here. No. You, my mentor, are still far ahead of me. Well then, I guess this is goodbye for now. You too. Please, take care. I'll see you when we regroup.
chaotic six are expecting you, as was predicted.
The dim light here, it's like something I saw in those memories. From this angle, the faint ring in the center is probably the heliogyre they put to a halt. My tacit mark. It's resonating with this star-like object. Seems like I'm able to move it. Aligning the pattern on the star with the heliogyre makes it glow. It's feeding power into it.
Heliogyre has awakened. It seems the arbiter foretold in the fractured records is you. Yes. With great reverence is your presence here met. Soul Asylum, as you see it, is not as it once was. 5 of the 6 have lost their minds, and the light of the heliogyre no longer flows. This is why I summoned you. You witnessed the void storm in Bjartar Woods, yes? The solace trees shield the woods from such storms. Yet, through malice and dark intent, corrupted were the roots. And so too, the Heliogyre. The others succumbed to the corruption. Only I was able to sever my link to the Heliogyre before the corruption could claim me. With the last of my strength, I turned the 6 stars to halt the Heliogyre and prevent the corruption spread. That, at least, ensured that when my strength failed and I fell into slumber, untouched by others, the Heliogyre would remain. No one, save for one. Correct. As one of the 6, I can glimpse the near future within the Heliogyre. But I am bound here, unable to act. All I could do was send a Solaskin entrusted with my message to you.
That Solaskin that vanished just outside the academy.
Because of your actions, the source of the corruption has stopped. The stars are now aligned, and the Heliogyre turns once again. But the other 5 are no more. They can no longer fulfill their roles within the Heliotic 6. I have one final request. But before that, allow me to tell you what the Heliotic 6 truly are. Centuries ago, a calamity awoke beneath the ice. The void devoured all, erasing every trace, every existence. In darkness, the Exostrider's blade sealed the threat deep below. It drew its fiery drive, a light that would never fade, lifting it high over the highway sky. Under its glow, the frost did melt, life blossoming with Exoswarm aid. Yet the calamity stirred, its remnants ravaging the living. Thus, the 6 wisest among us became the Heliotic 6. The Exostrider's lens became our Heliogyre. From the drive's turn, the season's laws we discerned. We shed all idle thought to link our minds to the Heliogyre. Our shared cognition converged for mortals to touch the edge of the divine. Since then, the royal have walked the high road for centuries. The 6 shared their computational power, weaving a vast network to reach the Exostrider in a dimension beyond mortal understanding. The data we provided to the Space Trek Collective was interpreted through this network. But now, the only one who can continue the calculations is me. The ones chosen for the six are born with resonance with the Heliogyre. It cannot be forced. Now the remaining 5 cannot calculate, and there are not enough worthy successors. Even if the Heliogyre resumes its rotations, unable to interpret its readings, we will be. For this reason, the aid I seek is this. With your authority, allow me to bear the calculations of the 6 alone, and act in their stead.
The Heliogyre was meant to be interpreted by 6. If you bear all the calculations alone, what will become of you?
I cannot say. All I know is this. If no one remains to interpret the Heliogyre, the Void Storm's occurrences will be unknown. Life will once more fall into peril. The Space Trek Collective's decades of effort in preparing for the new solar ceremony will come to nothing. Since the moment I was brought to Solace Island as a child, I have never once seen the world beyond. In the Heliogyre's light, do I glimpse the universe, and in seeing life rejoice under my protection, do I take comfort. This has long since become second nature to me, a part of my life. So now, what I bear is not glory, but burden, but duty. Arbiter, please, grant me this authority.
I respect what you wish to persist. This is...
Soon, a great calamity will fall upon the High Roy. I will share all that I know of the Heliogyre with you. When you call, answer, I will.
residual void matter corruption. I need to find a way to cleanse it. That sound. Is it Buddy?
Save your strength for the calamity ahead, Arbiter. The children will help. rite of return. The ritual that once sealed the calamity deep underground. Just now, the children have offered their strength. The heliogyre can once again begin its rotation.
Useless fool! I told you to destroy the heliogyre completely.
I'm sorry, but there's a reason for this. Some uninvited guests threw off the whole operation.
Save it. I don't want to hear your excuses. At this point, our entire plan has fallen apart because you screwed up. And to think, I went out of my way to get a pass for you to the new Federation.
No, I'm begging you, don't leave me here. I'll do anything, just tell me what you need.
Ugh. You're lucky the one at the top gave someone as pathetic as you one last chance. There's the other visitor in Bjarta Woods now, correct? Some crippled scientist. Find her. Make sure she doesn't make it back to the collective.
Well, since Mentor is already headed to the heliogyre, I'd best get started on what I can contribute. There are signs of void matter contamination in the plants and water. If I follow these traces, I should be able to find the source. Threat detected. Hopper modules ready. Guidance ready. Stars, hear my queries. Found it. This must be where the contamination is coming from. Heavy encryption, but it's sloppy. There we go. It's a test chamber. They were simulating what would happen if the solistries were contaminated by the void storm. It feels wrong. It must belong to the owner of this lab. Huh? There's a note tucked here. There are 2 types of handwriting, so there's more than one person who has access to this lab. Based on Astrid's testimony, one of them must be that Ingvar. The other must be the one who operates this lab. From the note, they change the password after each terminal use, and leave the new one here to inform the other. The newest password is 7364. I'll try that now. This must be the device capable of generating artificial void storms. It's consistent with the designs we found earlier. This looks like the unit that Astrid found before. Some prototype under development. It seems all the devices were produced here. It's encrypted. If I can open it, there's bound to be information about this device and its owner. The password can only be entered once. I could force it open like I did last time, but the risk is unknown. 7364. There. Keeping the password like this. Good thing Ingvar isn't one of my students. This is a Space Trek Collective project proposal. Evaluation result. Proposal not approved. And these marks on the devices. Looks like I'm going to need her help again. Thank you. It's a pleasure working with you as well. So their plan wasn't just to disrupt the Heliogyre by unleashing the Void Storm in Bjartar Woods. They also planned to...
Scientist. Crippled. It's you. All I have to do is get rid of you!
I'm not really good at dealing with this kind of conversation. Access to this lab? Wearing Royan attire? You must be Ingvar, one of the successors to the Heliotic Six.
Heliotic Six. The Six. Just because of my resonance ability, would I be forced to spend my entire life trapped in that Heliogyre? They call it Aroya's highest honor. But did they ask if we wanted that fate? Everyone acts like they respect me. But the only one who truly wants to help me is that good lord from outside the tribe.
From outside the tribe? You've joined forces with the Fraxidus?
Huh? What's that? Who cares? I just know that person promised that if I placed the device near the Solace Tree, my wish would come true. Then I'd finally escape from this frozen wasteland and go start a new life in the new Federation.
You have no idea what you're doing, and no idea who you're aligning yourself with. This project proposal comes from the Space Trek Collective, dated 10 years ago. It outlines an idea to use the drive's emergency response mechanism to artificially make it fall from the sky. And the method for triggering this mechanism is to pollute the Solace Tree's root system with void matter, making the reactor drive determine that the Threnodian had breached the lock.
You're saying that because I dropped that device there. The drive is going to...
Mornier, the heliogyre is operational again. We can get the readings you need for the new solar ceremony. But something happening out there isn't right.
Yes. Once I handle something here, I'll regroup with you. Move aside. Before the drive falls completely, I need to go back to launch Helios.
No. His orders were clear. You don't go anywhere. After that, no matter what happens to Lahai Roy, I'm going to the new Federation to start my new life. You're just a cripple. I won't let you stop me now.
It's been a while since I've heard someone talk like that. Since I had these legs, anyway. That in situations like this...
Wait a second!
I should make my displeasure very clear. All right. Now it's about time I catch up with my mentor. Go, mentor. We need to get to Space Trek Collective quickly. The Fraxidus tricked Ingvar into working for them, but their real goal is to send the reactor drive crashing to the ground. I've already alerted the Academy to a danger?
All good. The heliogyre is back online. I now have direct contact with Sol Asylum and can relay the data you need for the new solar ceremony. It's time for the final step.
We're running out of time. I'll use my resonance ability to create a more efficient path. Please, hold on tight. The moment we launch Helios, we'll need the raw observational data from Sol Asylum. Are you ready?
Yes. The Shaper has already shared all the heliogyre's data with me. I can access it anytime. Everything's set. Let's complete our mission.
Where is Anselm at a time like this? Who else can calibrate Hyvatia? Cody, Vance, examine the orbital status of Helios again. Also, the propulsion system needs to be double-checked.
Professor, do you really plan to launch it without the raw data?
I understand your concerns, but we are on the verge of a disaster. The Collective can't just sit by and watch it happen. This is my decision. As the supervisor of this project, I will bear the consequences.
No need for that. We've established contact with the Roya tribe and obtained the drive's raw data. We can proceed with the new solar ceremony as originally planned.
Professor Mornier, did you just say you managed to obtain the data? Wonderful news. I'll prepare the connective instruments for you.
There's no need for us to continue pretending anymore. Warren, or should I say traitor, aligned with the Fraxitus.
That is a serious accusation, Professor Mornier.
I know. I meant it to be. You must be very familiar with this device, Warren. You handcrafted it to avoid leaving usage records. A clever idea. But since it is a personal creation, the marks left behind are like fingerprints. These are your marks. They've betrayed your deeds. Warren, you've desecrated the hard work of everyone involved. Anselm's experiment accident, your current position in the project. It seems the Fraxitus played a part in both, didn't they?
That is a lot of assumptions and conjectures, with no evidence. I could easily sue you for slander.
You're right. All I have right now are assumptions and conjectures. But my ultimate goal isn't to have you face justice today. Once we've identified the suspects, we'll have plenty of time to gather the evidence. What I need in this moment is for you to step down as supervisor of this project. The one taking over will be me. One more thing. Your subordinate provided us with some key evidence already.
You want me to testify against Professor Warren? That's practically perjury. Sure, I could work some verbal magic, but honestly, I don't even know who I'm dealing with on the other side.
It is a dirty tactic, but it's effective. I'm confident in my analysis of those devices, but we'll need the university's verification to use them as evidence. In the limited time we have, the quickest way to detain Warren is your testimony.
Professor Mornier...
You can keep this recording. If I'm wrong, it'll be your guarantee later. Or you can refuse.
Nice working with you, then.
Thank you. It's a pleasure working with you as well.